Hello, I'm Org, and in this World of Tanks video I have two games in my Type 58 for you all. I've kind of got in the habit of showing three games for replays, but I'm only showing two in this one because the second game, the one after this one, is quite long. But yeah, well, you'll see it in a minute. This game, however, is much quicker and more, let's go action-packed and more intense when you look for it. But I start off a bit cautiously. You saw me try and turn back because there didn't seem to be very many people on my team heading left. But then I see a bunch of heavy tanks are actually slowly moving that way, so I figure I'll keep going with the mediums on the right. And I'm poking over ridgelines to see if I can get shots on people, but of course I can't because the Type 58 has very poor gun depression, as do I think all the Chinese tanks. The Chi-Ha might be an exception. And then when I move up to this spot, I'll go over this, well, beside this ridgeline here, where I can poke around and get some shots at people. And I see a T-20 pokes over, but my shot goes low. And there's an M6 heavy tank behind that ridgeline, but nothing I can do about that right now. Well, the M6 looks like it's coming around to poke out. So I take a snapshot and it misses, but luckily it misses me as well. And I'm kind of sitting here, we've got massive numbers on this flank where I am, just look at the mini-map. And that T-29 there is actually fairly isolated. And, well, someone should go and kill it, but I'm thinking, it isn't my job. Like, I'm not top tier, I'm a medium tank tank's good at flanking, but that's a tier 7 heavy. And I'm just a lowly tier 6. But it doesn't really look like anyone else is going to do it. The M6 is behind that ridge, so kind of got the opportunity to do it here, but so I still don't really want to go toe to toe with that T-29, but well, somebody has to, and no one else is. So I take a shot, but put one into it, and come around, and I'm hoping I can beat its reload. And then just aiming for not at its mantlet. I managed to get the kill there, but lost about half my health, but you saw how long I was hesitating, thinking about whether to do that or not. Okay, and now the M6 is looking pretty exposed, unless there are tank destroyers back there, which there often are. I figure I'll take my chances until I see that T-25-2. So take a shot at it while I'm pulling back behind cover, because I do not want to get hit by that guy. And well, essentially we skidded off there, so as far as I know the M6 is exposed, so around I come. I'll take it from something there, but I'm committed now. Put a shot into its back and just hope whatever was shooting at me won't kill me. Kill the M6, and it's an SU-100. Take a snapshot, but it misses. And then I take another hit, and I'm perilously low HP now. But it pulls back, so I'm safe for the moment. Looks like this Hellcat's. It looked like it was thinking of popping over, but it didn't, and the SU-100 there looked like it was thinking of coming over the top, but also it didn't. So now I'm going to move up to try and support this AT-7 that's actually playing aggressive. And you can see me and this on our team are way ahead of everyone else. And we've discovered a bunch of enemy tanks down in the low ground, all on fairly low health. So I poke over, kill the SU-100. And the T-25-2, get one hit in, and it's not paying attention to me, so my second shot gets my fourth kill. It's just the KV-85 left, which is going toe-to-toe with the AT-7, so I thought it'd be safe to come around. But, no, it killed me instead of focusing on the AT-7. Which, well, the AT-7 killed it, but I suppose it got one more kill there. As you see, we're winning this game pretty handily here, 13-5. I've just watched this ELC AMX at the end because, well, ELCs are fun to drive. I had an ELC on the, when I played on the Asian server, and I kind of want to get it back, especially because I also like the AMX 12 and the 13s, but I just really don't want to have to go through the AMX 40 and 38 again to get it. So, it'll be a while, I think. But anyway, we just won that game with, well, 4 kills on my part, and taking out 2 pretty powerful heavy tanks. Did a lot to open up that flank for us and allow us to push through. See, top of my team in damage and experience, but That's usually what happens when you get 4 kills. And, well, yeah. This next game, as I said, it's a bit longer, and it starts off a bit slower. And it's a counter map on Malinovka. And on encounters in Malinovka, there's basically only one place I think of really going most of the time, which is to the hill. You know, the one that overlooks the cap circle and allows you to dominate it. I'm actually kind of surprised that most games, very few people actually go there, because it seems like just such an obvious point of strategic value that you want to have if you want to win the game. Like, effectively, if you hold the hill, the enemy can't win until they've got you off the hill, so it just seems obvious to me. But this is one of those games where, well, very few people on my team go to the hill. It's just going to be myself and this ELC AMX. But at the same time, well, a few enemy tanks do try and contest the hill with us, but nobody's going for the cap. And as you see, well, most of the tanks on our team are actually going to that centre ridge line, and most of the tanks on the enemy team are also going to that centre ridge line, and there's essentially a big fight happening over there. Well, me and this ELC are holding a point of very strategic importance all by ourselves, and just, well, we watch our team crumble, basically. And unfortunately, the Type 58, when I'm in this position, I can do very effectively because the gun depression doesn't hurt me too much and I can still dominate the cap circle. But because of the poor gun depression, it's very hard for this tank to poke over the ridgeline and essentially contest the top of the hill. And I think the ELC AMX also has the same problem from memory. So essentially you've got 2 tanks over here which are in a very important point that we hold, but we can't actually really drive the enemies off it if they are on the top. And essentially, because there are only 2 of us, I think we both basically decided that we weren't going to risk going up there by ourselves. And as you see, there are now 2 SU-100, well, an SU-100 and an SU-100Y up there. I'll make that there's an SU-100Y up there as our team's fire support tears the SU-100 apart. ELC AMX pulls back, so I move forward where I can spot people advancing into the cap circle, which I'm expecting at any minute someone is going to try to do, because of course this is an encounter map and you win by getting into the cap circle and sitting there. It's just no one seems to want to do it this time. This KV-1 looks like it's going to be aggressive, but I'm guessing it's not feeling so aggressive now after just losing 600 hit points in... well, now it's dead, so no point, but that guy lost his health very quickly. Just went a little bit too far forward. And I do actually have some pretty powerful fire support behind me in terms of a Hellcat and SU-100. No, sorry, it's an SU-85. Plus also I think those heavy tanks down the centre could help out as well. And now we've spotted a T-20 slowly making its way towards the cap circle, so I move back to where I was, and I can put some shots into it. There it is. And I'm pretty sure it spotted me based on where its gun's pointing, so I'm trying to minimise the amount of tank I'm exposing. So I'm just getting unlucky. My first shot missed, my second one's absorbed by its tracks, third shot goes in, and my fourth. And, well, I don't know about my fifth, but it looked like I was just going to sit there, so I take a sixth. Which again, no idea, but we see the T-20's actually been running, but it took a bit of damage there, so I think at least one of my shots went in. And by one of them, I mean my first shot I took there. And it looks like it's coming around to go up on the top of the hill here. At this point, well, my team's actually about half of my team's dead. We've lost the centre ridge line, and we've just got a bunch of tanks sitting in the centre. And as you see, God Chaffee's come right around the back and is crossing the railway lines there. I'm essentially just taking blind shots based on, well, the mini-map. You know, just aiming the bit where it says my gun's pointing in the direction of where the mini-map icons is and hoping I get lucky. But I don't think I do. And the ELC's moved up onto the ridge line, and there's SU-100Y up there. And I figure I should come over and try and help it out. And there's also an IS, which isn't good, but luckily fire support's doing the work on it. Get a shot on the IS, but I don't think that penetrated. That T-20 just got killed. SU-101, I'm looking for a shot on it. kill, but obviously I've been spotted, so I take a snapshot and pull back. Actually, I wonder what's hit me. It didn't do very much damage. Maybe it's an IS with a very stock gun. I got shot in the back there. And I'm thinking it must have been that Sherman Jumbo over there. Simply because there aren't any other enemy tanks within render distance of me in that direction. And I've got very little chance of penetrating Sherman Jumbo at this range. I'm trying to aim for either the turret or the side. The turret because I'm pretty sure the upgraded turret on the Sherman Jumbo's actually got weak armour. But at this range, I'm basically going to have to rely on a lucky shot hitting a weak point to get in. And I'm feathering for a shot, but I just don't really see it happening. And there we go, and I think it actually turned its back to me there, which is why that shot went in. I've spotted the IS, but no way I have the gun depression to actually hit it. And, well, I don't want to take a shot from an IS since it's a tier 7 heavy tank, but I've realised that basically I'm spotting this guy, and my tank destroyers behind me are tearing it apart. So I just want to kind of keep it spotted here so they can keep working it over. It's on very low health now. It took a shot at me, so I realise I can push up and hopefully get the kill. But the AMX M445 down in the middle there got that kill before me. Well, I've actually pulled this game back. It's now 10 to 11, we're only one tank behind. And I spotted A44 pushing up into the centre. Take a shot, but it misses. There's an SU-85, so switch, fire to that since it's getting in my flank, and it's sitting still. Put 2 shots in, the AMX M4 gets the kill again. And there's a KV-1 pushing into the cap. Finally, like I've been kind of waiting for people to do the whole game. Put 1 shot in, and then I reacquire it. Second shot goes in. And I'm hoping I'll keep going past this building, which it does. It's on critically low health. And I managed to get my first kill of the game. And just like that, the game, well, we went from losing quite badly to we're now winning 4-2. Which I wasn't actually expecting, to be honest. At this point, I was kind of not feeling that great about my role in this game. I felt like I'd been sitting up there in a point of strategic importance. But just because of the way the teams Spurs that side of the game, it wasn't actually that important for us to hold it. And I kind of did a bit of spotting there and took a few shots at people, but I didn't really feel like I'd been contributing that much. But now it's just kind of mopping up the enemies, and I thought the A44 would have headed up the railway line here. So I poke over and I haven't spotted anything, but neither did the M4 before me. So essentially we're going to have to cross this ridgeline and try and flush it out. So I poke over, take a look at the bushes, nothing shot at me, so over I go. And there's still nothing shooting at me, whereas I'm pretty sure if it's in these bushes like I thought it would have spotted me by now. But I'll just race up the line. The French heavy tank's behind me, so I'm pretty confident we can kill the A44 even if it does ambush me. Or at least I'll have some fire support. But it's obviously not here. Well, the SU-85's moved up into my old position, dominating the cap circle. So I decide that I'm going to go and sit in the cap and essentially just force the enemy tanks to come to me if they want to, win the game. And something shot at me from up on the hill there. Well, I thought we'd killed everything up there, but maybe the A44's moved up there, or the SU-152, which has never been spotted, might have been hiding there very well. So I move around and I figure from here I should be pretty well covered from the hill. Or maybe not, something's still shooting at me. And there we go, it is the SU-152 up on the hill. Obviously it just remained very well hidden, or just moved up there more recently. And I'm taking shots on it, but something is shooting at me, which, well, it must be the A44. There's another shot from it, but I figure we'll kill the SU-152 first. Because, I mean, the A44 is obviously not hitting me. An SU-152 just killed an SU-85. But I put a few good shots into its flank, and if I move up to here I should be able to get another shot off in a second, but our AMX M445 kills it again. And that's its 6th kill. But obviously the A44 is still shooting at me. And it looks like it's actually around the base of the hill. But I'm going to sit back here. It's going to have to come to me if it wants to kill me, and I've got the AMX M445 and the Hellcat are both kind of behind me, so they should be able to provide fire support. And here I've kind of angled my tank strangely, but that's because I wasn't sure whether the A44 would come down that road or would try and flank around to my left, so I moved into a place where I could move behind this building in either direction. And well, there it is, and essentially now we've pinned each other down. Like, if it moves too far out from around that building, I'm going to spot it and shoot it. If I do the same, it's going to spot me and shoot me. And it actually killed my AMX M44 there, which is unfortunate because now I've only got the Hellcat supporting me if it decides to rush me. And I'm a one-shot for it, which is going to take at least 2 shots for me to kill the A44. So I'm trying to get close to the building to proxy spot it for my Hellcat, but I really don't want to destroy this building by running into it. I'm thinking about poking out to get eyes on it. I did a little bit there, but I didn't spot it. So we're just going to kind of sit here for a while then. And now I see my SU-85 ally, who's dead, is saying it's running, so I'm assuming it's knocked down some fence or something it's seen, so I poke out. But it wasn't running at all, it was just sitting there waiting for me. And well, I die. And then after a very, very long time, this Hellcat here essentially wins it for us. But it takes a while, so you're not going to see it because it's already been a long video. And I didn't really think I'd done that well in that game, but you see, I got first class mastery, and I actually did just shy of 2,000 damage. It's just a case of it was spread out over such a long time that I didn't notice that I was actually doing so much damage there. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all next time.